Really quickly though, I'm going to show you what I did with my projects, and then we will go to the up close and I'm going to show you how I created those really fun letters. So the first one I want to show you was my inspiration from this piece. And I'm using the Preppy Boy kit for all my projects. And so what you'll see is I used the green cardstock, and I loved this bright chartreuse green, but I toned it down a little with some blue Broken China Distress ink, and with one of the Tim Holtz ink dauber ink applicator, I think it's called, and how you just go in circles and you just add this ink on here. And I'm going to show that in more depth in the November kit. So this is going to be a really fun tool. Now, this is how I put some edging on there, and then I also did it on my photos because I loved the distressing on these jewelry boxes or whatever they are. And so I did it on all of my photo edges as well with that blue, which I thought just really made them pop off the page. So I pretty much followed this to a T because I'm a really literal person. And I just added some blocks of this fun little paper, this heart paper that I love from the kit. And I put a little embellishment in the center that I made from one of the rows of stickers from the Sassafras last page that we got in, the border stickers. I cut them apart and I made a little flower and one of the element stickers, and then added some of those banners, because how can you not use those banners? So that was my first one from this. My next one was the little cracker layout with all these squares, and I just created a really quick and easy card. I'll get up close for this with you, but basically I created a faux bois type of wood grain on the front with an embossing plate, and then I highlighted it a little with ink. I put my squares there. I had a little stamp that looked like a missing square, and I just put miss you, and then I did some stitching, hello, on this green. Don't look up close at my stitching, but far away, it looks good. So there, that's the second one. And lastly, like I said, I loved this piece. I just had a girlfriend send a quote to me this week that really spoke to me, and so I put it all together and made this layout, which is a picture I took at Seaside last month. God, is that a pretty picture or what? And my quote is, "Let yesterday go, be done with it." Speaks to me. I created the letters. I did some different layering here of some really rough layering, a little softer layering, a nice scallop, and then those strips from the Sassafras last paper, which I loved. And to me, it was just like, it's a new dawn. It's rough, it's been rough, it's getting better, it's better, and now there's pretty happy, colorful clouds in my life too. So this is what it came down to, and I'm going to show you how I created these letters in a separate video because it's really cool effect. Okay, so let's talk about how I made these letters for this layout for the challenge this month, about let yesterday go, be done with it. You can see up close how really vibrant those colors are and how mottled they look. I just love, they look like they've been watercolored, and they just pull out the colors of this pink and of the sunset that I was photographing here. So let me show you what I did. So I took one of these ink applicators from Ranger and I put a piece of the felt on. You are going to use felt when you use any of the alcohol inks. This is not meant for your distress inks, okay? These are just the bottled inks. And I'm going to use two very vibrant colors so we can see them on the video. So this one is Wild Plum, and you're just going to drop a couple drops. And this one is Stream, which is a beautiful teal. Just a couple drops. And then you need to have some of this blending solution. It's a must. Now get this at Michael's when you have your 40% off coupon, and it just makes it really easy, okay? So you just put this on however you want to apply it. And all you're gonna do is dab. You're gonna turn, you're gonna dab. And what you wanna do is use these on glossy letters. So these are the Loopy Loos from Doodlebug, and this is just a white alphabet from Pink Paisley, okay? But they have to be glossy. These inks like the glossiness, and you see how they're pooling? You can probably see that on the video. They don't work well with the porous surfaces. So you're gonna use glossy or glossy cards, or, hello, a project for November. So this is how I created that. Now, after it was all dried, then I muted it down a little more with more blending solution, but this is just the effect that I got. So you can go as bright as you want, you can go as little as you want, and you can certainly take some off. You can rub it. I really like that. So that's how I did that. Now, if you have this craft sheet or any non-stick surface, then I let these dry overnight, and I used my little pick here from Making Memories years ago, and I was able to peel them off like this the very next day, and they did not stick. So, and they still kept their sticking ability to go back on the photo. So I love that you can work with this and still use it the next day. So that's how I created those. Now let's just get a little more up close with these layouts. I wanted to show you this, I don't know what you'll call this, just layering, I guess. But I loved, I put some green on this one. I folded it over, it was ripped. The next one was just a little easier on the eye, it wasn't so hard. The next one I used a scallop punch, and then I used those strips from Sassafras Lass, which I just loved. And this background blue paper, which to me just looked so stormy and I loved it, is the backside of the basic gray that looks like gears. So I love that. This is that faux bois card that I talked about that I don't know if you can see up close, hopefully in the video. It's got like this wood grain texture to it, and I used my ink applicator with some Antique Photo, Vintage Photo ink, and I just rubbed it on here so that you could actually see it. This was a craft cardstock card, and then I just cut 6 squares. Okay, 5, Lisa, 5 squares at 1.5 inch square. So I just put those on there, glued them down, used my stamp, and then I just used some of that lime green thread I had in my machine and just kind of sewed a little grid around it. And I thought it made a really cute little card. And lastly was this layout with the banners, and I just wanted to show you up close this really pretty distressing on the side. And the way that you achieve that is when you're taking your ink applicator and you've got your ink. I've got to change out this ink really quick though, or this applicator pad. I bought the pad and this whole package, and it's really nice, and you just keep one color per pad. So this is my Broken China pad. And you just go in a circular motion from the page onto it, and you're just adding your ink. Now, what I want to tell you as a little hint, because I love hints, and even though Jamie's the stickler in the group, I do love hints, is that for your November kit, you are going to, one of the kits is going to receive this entire little ink applicator. So stock up on your inks, get ready for that November kit to be creative and get your hands dirty, because it's one of those kits, okay? So that's my tip for you. Thanks for watching.